Hello, 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 incredible ones. Darnyelle, Jervey Harmon here, and I'm very excited to be bringing you another Incredible Factor University client interview. This time around, I am joined by the beautiful, the talented, what I love about Kenya Cherie Ulmer is that she has this commitment to women and to helping women find fulfillment, find wholeness, and to do it by removing the drama and the distractions that are threatening to keep them from their destiny. And I've watched her. Kenya and I have worked together for 5 years. 5 years, right? That's a toddler. Yeah. And I have watched her confidence soar. I have watched her mission just become crystal clear. And I have watched her step in to who God has created her to be. So it brings me so much joy to introduce to some and present to others, Kenya S. Ulmer. Hi, Kenya.
Hey.
I'm so excited that you are here with me. Tell everybody who you are in your own words.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kenya Cherie Ulmer, as Darnyelle put so beautifully. I also call myself, I always say, AKA single mama with no drama. I help women eliminate the drama and distractions, keeping them from their destiny.
And what I love, like I said, what I love about Kenya is when I first met her, because we go way back before we were even working together. Yep. She was at a conference and she was selling t-shirts. I still have my Divalicious t-shirt, which I bought to support her. And I can remember then, like her saying, like, you know, this is where I am today, but this is not where I'm going to be. I know God has called me to something greater. And then just watching her to step into that. So tell them, like, why did you decide to start, working with me to help you to unearth all that it is that God's given you to bring into the world?
First of all, I get ready to cry. I'll be crying this early. Well, when I heard you, I was selling my t-shirts. Once upon a time, I would sell t-shirts every weekend. One of the t-shirts was Divalicious, and the other was Single Mama with No Drama. And I would just sell family t-shirts. And I was just at this event in PG County, and I saw you speak. And when I saw you speak, I was like, wow, I said, she can get me to my next level. I said, she can get me to where I'm trying to go. This is exactly what I said to myself, because I was working with another coach at the time. So I was kind of cheating on that coach with you.
I don't like this sort of scandals.
But it's, when somebody can take you as far as they can take you, then it's time to move on. Mm-hmm. And I love that first coach, and that coach was good for that time in my life. But when I saw you speak, and first of all, when this woman speaks, it's like off the chain, and nobody wanted to follow her that day because she just blew the roof off the house. So, and the rest is history. I went to your Speak the Incredible event, and then an offer was made to work with you one-on-one coaching. And I had never invested in myself at that level. So I was like, whoa. And then because I went to your Speak the Incredible event, I was also gifted a ticket to your Unleash the Incredible yearly event. And I remember, okay, I'm going to just be here and not be seen. And I remember us walking by each other, and I didn't think you saw me, and you were like, hi, Kenya. And I was like, hey. It was like I was put on blast. Because I'm sure a lot of people do that. They try to duck you and stuff when they, know they're feeling convicted and stuff. But I don't think I ever told you that story. But I enrolled, and that's the one thing about Darnyelle. You have to be careful. If you don't enroll when you know you're supposed to enroll, the next time you get an opportunity to enroll, the investment might not be the same. So in my case, the investment was not the same, and I still enrolled.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's important that
I can remember.
Go ahead.
I can remember turning to the girl who also had an opportunity to invest at the lower rate, and I said, "Oh my gosh, we should have enrolled back when it was lower." And she was like, "Yeah, we should have." And we both enrolled that day, and I remember like you had record enrollments.
Yes, yes, I did.
Yeah.
But I think something you said that was really important that I wanted to just kind of pull out is, when you come and get into my space at whatever level, whether you're at, one of my trainings or whether you're at my annual live event, if you're at a tour stop, wherever you are, I connect and I don't forget you. You can't hide. And it's not that you're hiding from Darnyelle, right? If you're trying to hide, it's because you're trying to hide from yourself. And I think I know the reason that people come into my space and flourish is because I forbid you to hide. You have amazing gifts and talents to share with the world. And my job is to help you to exploit them, to get out there so that people see you and you really step into whatever it is that you're wanting. Because the fact of the matter is, if I don't do my job, then you continue going on wishing and praying. And wishing and praying, neither of them are a strategy, right? And so you have to do more than that. You have to take the actions. And so that, I think, is what becomes important. And then the other thing is, I don't tout it, I don't talk about it a lot, but a part of my gift is prophetic. And so I know before people decide or not whether or not they're supposed to work with me. I already know. God has already given me the skinny, if you will. And sometimes I hold the space for you to get ready, and other times I have to be the gentle nudge to make sure that you get ready. But I think it's also interesting that you said, when you talked about how the level of the investment change. And the fact of the matter is, the more you invest in yourself, because you're not investing in Darnyelle, right? No one, those of you who are watching, if you decide to have a conversation with me or a member of my team and decide to come into a relationship and partnership with us, you're not investing in me. You're investing in you through me. I'm going to take everything that's been given to me to help you to get out of the way so that you can produce whatever it is you want to produce in the world. But the investment has to be at a level that it makes you A, nervous, and B, willing to do all of the work that it'll take in order to make sure that you get what you came for. If it's too small, you'll coast and you won't think anything about it. Like, I think about the early years when I didn't know how to charge what I should be charging, and investing to work with me was nominal in comparison to what it is today. And those people who said yes didn't really give an unequivocal yes. And today I'm about the unequivocal yes. And so talk to us 5 years later. I feel like every year you're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to rejoin. I think I'm done. And then you come back. Like, why do you keep coming back?
It is so silly. When I think about it, it's partly, you always talk about us, helping our clients to get out of our own way. And when you help your clients to get out of their own way, you can recognize for yourself when you're own way. I mean, just like this last year, I jumped. I'm full-time in my business. How in the world was I thinking about not coming back? It was just silly. I just want to slap myself right now for that, but I'm back. It's just, I don't know what it is. Partly fear, partly whatever. Just being silly, actually, is what it is. But I think sometimes we have to go through that and just be like stupid for a little bit. Or just silly, I should say. Now, don't call yourself stupid.
Right.
But
or maybe what you're really saying is you question, because I give a lot, right? And so, being enrolled in the program and having access to everything that comes along with it, I think you can sometimes think, she's given me everything that I need. I can go off and I can do it on my own. And many people make that choice. And when we talk to them, you know, a year later, 2 years later, they're not flourishing because
Right.
they unplugged from what was working for them.
Right.
And so I think realizing the need to stay plugged into the community is important. Yeah. But even more than that, because it's a continued investment, something in you has to say, I want to stay here. So, you know, and for you in particular, you had a previous coach prior to working with me. You worked with that coach and realized quickly that their time was up. Here we are 5 years later, and we're still working together. What was it about me and our work together that even in those moments where you're being silly and you're, you know, I don't think I'm going to do it, but you still come back and ended up doing it? What is it about me and working with me that makes that difference for you?
It's the results. The results. First of all, you are. We're the same, but we're different because for me, you eject boldness in me. I'm an introvert, and you're an introvert too. We're both introverts, but nobody would know, you know, when we take the stage, because it's like God is doing all that.
Absolutely.
But sometimes you see when I'm in my own way. And going back to the boldness part of it, I mean, I'm not going to give too much away, but first of all, I didn't have any clients. I was selling t-shirts, and I had gotten certified in life coaching. I believe I had I was with you when I had my first speaking engagement as well. So you coached me through that, and that was phenomenal. But I didn't have any clients. And when I came out with my price list, I remember you looking at the list and you were like, no, we can't have a 6-figure business offering $95 coaching sessions. And you were like crossing them out. And you, gosh, probably like, it was more than quadrupled them. And I was like, and then you just went to work. And it's something about when you go to work with that pen and when you work those numbers, because you are like a walking calculator, the magic happens. And so I had clients after that. And then there comes a time where there's the sheet again when the next retreat comes, and you're like, just recently, I'd like to see those prices double. That's what you said. You were like, that was when you were first starting out. So now I'd like to see them double. And I'm like, but I trust you. And when you're in a community of women and you see the amount of money that they're making, and they're just not there to make money, they're there to change people's lives. And it's just like, I got to do it because, you know, I'm a part of this community, and I have clients now. Right. I did not have clients at first. I was not on the speaking circuit, if you will, like I am now. And earlier I was going to say, I don't want to give too much away, but there are some assignments that you have given that has just changed my life. Because first of all, God knows us. He knows us. He knows what He has put on the inside of us. So when we say yes, just like Darnyelle said, it's saying yes to us, and it's stepping into everything that He has for us. You gave us a speaking challenge a long time ago, and that's like one of my favorites. And I have been on stages that I dreamed about. Yes, I call myself single mama with no drama. So that means single moms are attracted to me. And I coach married women too, because I help people find their purpose and eliminate the drama and the distractions. So it's all women. But I got to tell you, I have researched and looked on stages that are huge in the United States and said, one day I'm going to be there. And I'll be doggone if I did one of your assignments. And I was on 2 of those stages.
Wow. Ooh, I have chills. I love it. I love it because it's, the work is not just about the money. I mean, don't get me wrong. The money is great. I want you to make more money, but I want you to change your life so you can change other people's lives. And, understanding this, like deciding to do this interview series has been like so fulfilling for me, because I think I sometimes even take for granted what I've done and how I've helped you guys change your lives. Like I don't even pay attention to it as closely as I should, and shame on me for that. But
and we don't tell like we should all the time.
Right. Yeah. My heart is just like leaping right now, because I remember when it was a dream and you were like, I don't know if I can do that. And then, to hear you say, I had standing room only. They asked me to come back again. Like, I'm like, yes, that's what it is all about. And to see you enroll people in your programs at your higher up-leveled rates, which makes it so easy for you to build your business without being a slave to it. Like all I can do is purple hand clap, right? All I can do is celebrate that, because I know that is what God wants me to do. And that's how he wants me to help those that are called to me, because I do recognize that this is a calling, and the people who say yes and decide to enroll they're my divine assignment. And so there's a level of responsibility and excitement that goes along with watching the journey. And, and it just still amazes me, 5 years. Like I remember when Sydney was like, I don't know, this tall, and now she's in college. Like
in college.
I mean? Like it's just amazing just to think about what it looks like to do life with someone, and the thing that brought you together being a desire to build a business that serves them. That's just so phenomenal. So people are listening and they're, trying to decide, should I not, what would you say to them about why they should have a conversation with me or a member of my team if they're serious about building a business that serves them financially and spiritually?
If you're serious about what God has called you to do, then you will give Darnyelle a call. It's just not about you. We hear that all the time. It's not about you. I mean, you have to really know that you're called to do something greater. It just wasn't about me, and it's not about me. You can play around, you can hide, you can, for those of you who she keeps following up with, because she's not going to stop following up, because she knows that you're supposed to be working together, and she knows that God has given you something special. So it's time to just stop playing around and just do the doggone thing. Mm-hmm. For me, it was the results. Like I said, I didn't have clients. I have clients now. I'm enrolling clients in the programs that I've offered that are the highest that I've ever offered, and people are enrolling. Mm-hmm. And that's because of Darnyelle. I mean, it's all God, but it's because I said yes to myself, and Darnyelle helps me do the work. And I wanted to say something else about the speaking, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
There is this one particular person who Darnyelle gives us these assignments, and it's tailored. One of them was tailored around speaking, and it led me to make a call that I had never made before. And this woman had said, well, I love what you do. And first of all, I would have never just called somebody and not know them. Never had any history with them before. And I called them up and they loved what I did. She offered me a ticket to her event and I went to her event. In the next few years, I was a part of her lineup, and she holds 2 events every year. So, and I call her a what do I call it? A divine partnership, because she is connected to people out there in the world that I, frankly, would like to be on that level that they are on. First of all, I would like to be on her level, and then I would like to be on the level of the people that she's connected to. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say the the name of the person, because the person is huge, but it's just like, you never know what you're going to get when you say yes, because it was already ordered for me to connect with this person. Mm-hmm. And I did not know that by me connecting with Darnyelle, first of all, saying yes to myself, being obedient to God, connecting with Darnyelle, that I would just out of the blue be connected with this woman that was tied to my destiny. Mm-hmm. So I can't say enough about that, as you can see.
But I think it's a great point and a great distinction, for anyone who, the people that I work with in my programs are of faith, right? And they do believe that they are on a divine assignment or a divine mandate, and they need help. They know who they are. They know whose they are. They know they're here to do amazing, brilliant work that shakes the planet, that creates that seismic shift, right? Mm-hmm. And they need help organizing it all. They're heart-centered, they're mission-driven, but they may not have business acumen to know exactly what they need to do so that it doesn't become an expensive hobby and instead truly does fund the life that they crave, right? And so there's one thing to know that you are on a divine assignment, right? And I also believe that, God will use anyone. If he can put a ram in a bush, if he can use a snake, yeah. If he can use a staff, he can use anyone, right? And so it's important, like if you are listening to this and you are feeling called, if you're feeling something in your spirit, to honor what's happening in your spirit. It may be me, it may not be me, but if there's a leap in your spirit, it's because there's more required of you. God wants more from you, and your business is the vehicle that will be used to do that. And if you can't find your way, make a way on your own, get help. It's foolish to muddle in mediocrity instead of investing to go to the next level. It's foolish to do that. And I always say, this is my play on James's faith without works is dead, is that we have to give God something to bless. Have to give him something to bless. And saying yes, investing in yourself through someone else, especially when that person is on a divine assignment or mandate from God, is a great way to have your yes show up and multiply for you. And the work that I do, it's not like, I don't just do, you're not just a number. Like, I don't play that game. And just so we're clear, there was a point in time, the time when Kenya's talking about when she first invested to work with me, I had hundreds of clients, and I didn't love it because I didn't know all of my clients. And so I don't have hundreds of clients anymore, because I don't want to have so many clients that I don't know you and you don't know me, because then I'm not fulfilling my divine mandate, which is to partner with you to go to whatever the level is that's next for you, but to see more in you than you see in yourself, and to hold that space for you. And that was, the thing with Kenya. I could see from the moment that I met her how great her destiny was. And I think she caught glimpses of it, but she needed someone who was willing to hold that vision for her until she could hold it for herself. Yes. And be willing to be courageous enough to do the work, because it is going to require uncomfortability to go to your next level. Like, you You cannot do the same thing, act the same exact way you're acting now, and expect to accelerate. It's just not going to happen. And so you need people around you that are going to be willing to hold you accountable. And that's what I love about our community. You know, the women that are in our 12-month program are just phenomenal, game-changing, badass women. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And it is, I mean, can you talk a little bit about the community and what you get from being around everyone else at our retreats?
Oh, Lord. I love the retreats. Apart from working one-on-one with Darnyelle, of course, the retreats, and I'm working one-on-one with her at the retreats. The retreats, they are my favorite part because, first of all, you're away from it all. You're out of town, usually for me. And it's just something about getting away from all of the distractions and just working on your business, and that is it. So particularly when I was full-time and I was just crazy and everything, doing everything, wearing a lot of hats, it was my favorite thing to get away and just concentrate on my business. And now that I'm full-time in my business, it still has not changed. Because the women are phenomenal. I mean, you become friends with these women. I mean, we have all become friends. We talk on the phone. We encourage each other. We text and we're like, hey, you know, what kind of letter did you send out? And what exactly did you say? And then you want to like give your sister what it is that made you successful in this, in a particular goal that you have for yourself. The retreats themselves, Darnyelle she just gives her all, always, until, I mean, oh my gosh, we were up, what, like 2 a.m.?
2 a.m., yeah.
Darnyelle, let me tell you something about Darnyelle. Darnyelle would just go until she just doesn't have any more. And then she still has more. I remember at one Unleash, she was just talking about going back to one of her events. I mean, Tiffany, who helped you, the planner of your events, she had to get on the mic and say, Darnyelle wants to give her all, but I have to hold some of y'all back because I have to make sure that she's, you know, basically not tired. So, and that was like 2015, 2014. It has not changed because here we are, 2019. We just had our January retreat and everybody's pulling on her. And then some people have like gone to bed, and then I'm coming up closer with my notebook in hand and my tape recorder, because when she speaks, you have to press record, because if you missed it, that's too bad. You better hope somebody else was recording it, because if you say, wait, go back. Can you say that again? She can't say it the same way again, because when it comes out, it just flows and it's fire and it's gold.
That's true.
So here I am on the couch with my notebook taking notes, and I have my phone recording, because this year I'm going to be doing my first event, and I'm putting it out there because I'm going to do it because, like I said, Darnyelle ejects this boldness into you. And when you, first of all, when you do what she says, you see money come in and you can't believe that people are paying it, because first of all, when you invest in yourself, you can't not invest in yourself. And I'm saying it wrong. You can't expect people to invest in you if you have not invested in yourself.
Right.
So I say all that to say that Darnyelle gives her all. She wants you to succeed. She wants you to win. She wants you to know your worth. She wants you to charge. First of all, she always says, and it's true, we can never charge what we're worth because nobody would be able to afford us. But she wants you to be able to charge at a level that you can live and be more and more than live, that you can thrive and make a profit. Hello, you know, we're not in this to be, check to check,
Right.
so to speak.
Absolutely not.
Um, you know, we want to be in overflow, and working with Darnyelle, I can't believe that I'm saying the prices that I'm saying. And that's another thing, investments. I have been saying investments when
Yeah.
I'm talking to my potential clients. The investment is blah, blah, blah. And it's amazing how when you double my prices the last time,
Mm-hmm.
there have been few woes, but when people are ready, they are ready. When you step in, they are ready.
Yeah.
And for example, you talked about Sydney being little, because she was a little old thing, and now she's 18 and in college. I can remember working in my business. That's the thing, y'all, when your children are always around and they're taking in what you're taking in too. Mm-hmm. So Sydney would be right there doing her homework or whatever when I would be doing my modules. This is back in the day when I first started. And one day, I think I was on social media or I was doing something, watching TV. And then she said to me, it's the thing that you say, Darnyelle, about is what you're doing right now getting you further in your business? What is it exactly?
Is what you're doing right now bringing you closer to your goal.
That's it. She quoted that back to me. And I was like, no, she didn't. She was probably like 13 or 14 at the time. So, so it's like a drip effect. Mm-hmm. And your children, they're watching you. She just said it the other day. She was home last weekend, and she said that to me 4 years later. So look at how it's paying off in the lives of your children.
Yeah,
and we're doing all of this in part for our children, of course,
right?
Because we want them to be better. But look at what's already deposited in her, because I stepped in, and she's all in too. So yesterday we were talking on the phone. She said, how did your client call go? So, and here's the thing, guys. I am full-time in my business, and my daughter is in college. I took a leap of faith. That's how real this thing is. I took a leap of faith, y'all. I do not have a full-time job, and my daughter is in college, and the tuition payments are real. So that right there speaks to the boldness that Darnyelle injects you, and when you're obedient to what God is calling you to do. I am that confident in Darnyelle's systems and her belief in me that I quit my job. First of all, I wanted to be obedient to God. I knew for y'all working those full-time jobs, sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But when I was working that full-time job, it just got so grueling. And I worked in TV news. And y'all know it's real crazy in TV news right about now. So it just got harder and harder to do what it is that I was supposed to be doing. Yeah, I was still speaking. Yes, I had clients, but I was not serving my clients the way that I could have been serving them by being part-time in my business.
Yeah. And I think that there comes a time when you realize that, because again, Kenya and I have been working together for 5 years. Although she had goals and dreams to quit her job the entire time, we put a plan in place. So please don't misunderstand and say, I'm just going to quit my job tomorrow, and then I'm going to call on you. No. Call me first. Let's create a plan, and then you can quit your job. Because it's about being, responsible, right? To whom much is given, much is required. And so there's an element of responsibility that goes along with who you are and who you are to be on the planet. And we have to make sure that we're fulfilling that in a way that is going to be serving for those that you serve, serving for you, serving for your family, serving for your community. And operating from a space of desperation or lack isn't going to get it, because you're only going to create more of whatever is going on in your life at that moment. And I wouldn't want that for you. So definitely just know and just hear, you know, what Kenya is saying is that through our work together and the plans and what we've put in place to move her business forward, there was an element of faith put in place, but there was also an element of strategy and planning put in place to make it possible for her to have a child in college and not at a cheap school, if I might add.
And she did get a partial scholarship, but still.
Right, exactly, right? So there's definitely work to be done. And, you know, I think the most important thing for me, and the reason why I'm doing these interviews, is because I think I tend to lead a lot with the money. And I think the money is important. Don't get me wrong, right? Yeah. Money is, it's the tender. It's how we create transactional living. But it's not everything. It's about the other changes that happen. And what I love that Kenya has shared with us is about some of those other changes and how her life, how her daughter has grown into a young woman who understands the importance of goal setting and doing the work. Like, that's such a great lesson to leave with your children who one day will be running our country. So, Kenya, any last thoughts or anything you would like to share with the people before we bid them adieu?
Wow. So much. I think I got everything out that I wanted to say. Of course, when we hang up, there'll be something else that'll come to mind. But I just want to speak to the person who is not used to investing in themselves. You know, I'm still in contact with people who ask me, "Are you still with Darnyelle?" And I proudly say, "Yep." Because I know that the investment for them was a bit much. And sometimes people, you know, they are in their own way and they're just like, I'm just not going to pay somebody at that level. But on the inside, I'm thinking, and watch me win. Because there are so many people that I have told, I told them about you, and some have gone on to give you a call and some haven't. But I'm just excited for them because they're seeing me win, and they're going to be like, oh man, if only I had called her 4 years ago or 3 years ago. But it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. You can start today. You can make that step today. Every morning since I made the big leap, it is just unreal that I get to, I will always hear, you included, Darnyelle, say, I can't believe I get up every morning. I can't believe that I get to do the work that I'm doing. I can't believe that that I get paid to do what I'm doing. I finally can say that. I could say that at first, but now that I'm full-time, that I'm in my business every day working from home, I get to say that now. And it's just like a piece. I've been writing about it. And even when I write about it, it still doesn't convey. It still doesn't convey what it is I'm trying to say. Even when I write it out, there is a piece. Not only when you're doing what it is that he has called you to do, but just when you step all in. Even my sleep is different. I just can't even describe it. Like I say, I try to describe it, but I can't, but I'll try to do my best. It's like I'm in another world, and it's still surreal that I'm in this world. The best way I could describe it is I am living in answered prayers.
That's so good. That is so, so, so good. Wow.
Even
That
the
is so
sleep
good.
is different.
Yeah.
I lives. So I guess I could leave with that.
Yeah, I think that's a great place to
um
stop. So there you have it, folks. You heard it. You heard it from Kenya's heart. What it's been like to work with me and the life-changing situation that she's in now. And so I just say, you know what, if this interview has intrigued you, it has created a dance in your spirit, and you'd like to have a conversation with me or a member of my team, we welcome it. You can go to darnyelle.com/session, darnyelle.com/session. So I want to thank you guys for your time and for your attention. And thank you so much, Kenya, for being here. Until we meet again, everyone out there, know that you deserve a business that serves you financially and spiritually. I am Darnyelle Jervey Harmon, and I can help you to change your life if you let me. Talk to you again real soon. Take care.